Hello my friends, welcome to Film Production 101 episode 3, Script Breakdown. Hi everyone, welcome back. Okay, so in the last episode we highlighted all our script. I've got my script here and you can see it's all highlighted up. So what we're going to do today is we're going to actually break down the script and make our actual production breakdown, which is going to help us in the future determine costs, prices, what we need when we need it, who we need when we need them, and many other aspects as well. So what I've got here, I've just got an Excel spreadsheet opened up on my screen here. It's all we need to do this. Now I'm using a program called LibreOffice Calc, which is free, but you can use any other program that has an Excel spreadsheet. And all this is going to do is going to enable us to create our breakdown so we can monitor whatever we need to do. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I've got a few things I'm going to set this up. Because there's a lot of things that we need to sort out. So I'm going to set this row here and I'm going to set it so that all the writing is perpendicular. And you'll see the reason for that shortly when we get round to it. So I'm just going to set the alignment up and we're going to set it up to perpendicular. So now every time we type in this, it's just going to come in and a perpendicular way instead of a normal way. Okay, now the reason I've done it this way is to make it a lot easier to work with. So we're going to be creating headers so that we know what we've got. So the first thing we need to do, we labelled all our stages. So we labelled all our actions. So I put one, as I said in the last one, we edited them all so they all have a number on them. So this first column, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up as the scene number. Okay, so we've got the first column as the scene number. I'm just going to make some more modifications to this because I don't like the way it looks. I'm a bit funny with the way things look. So I'm just going to center everything. Middle. Okay, that's better. Right, we're going to bold it all and we'll colour it later. So we've got our scene number. The next column is going to be our location, where we're filming. And the next column is whether it's going to be a night shot or a day shot. Okay, so we've now got our scene number, our location, our night and day. And then the next column we're going to put internal or external. Internal or external. Now these are the main four that give us our details for our things. Now these don't need to be too big, so we can shrink them down. I'll just put an N and D for the night and day. The location is going to have to be a bit bigger. So we'll start with the first one, for example. So we're on scene 1. Okay, and scene 1 is an affluent exhibition hall. Right, this is basically our art centre, right? It's going to be a night shot. And it's an internal shot. Okay. So we're going to be internal and a night shot. Okay, so I'm going to center this column and these two columns. I'm going to center them so they're all thinking. So we now know our first scene is an affluent exhibition hall, night shot, internal. Now, I'm going to leave a little space here, so I'm going to highlight that and colour it in. It makes it a lot easier to work with. And then this section, I'm going to make for our actors. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shrink them columns down, because we don't need them that big. Because what this is going to do is just going to tell us what actors we need for that particular scene. We might need to add more later. Okay, so as I said, we coloured all the actors in purple, as you can see on the script. So we're going to add these. So we've got a crowd of enthusiasts. Now these are going to be extras. So I'm just going to label them essays. And we need to decide how many we want. So I'm going to put 15. So we've got 15 enthusiasts. And then in that column, I'm just going to put an X. Now that tells me that for that scene, we need these people. Okay. And this is the way it's going to work. For every scene, we're going to mark up what we need. Right. And we need Joan, who's our main cast member. So Joan is our main cast. And Joan is early 20s. Okay. The rest of it will go later. So we've got Joan as well, so that can have an X in it. And then we just read on. A young man casually tosses an empty beer bottle. So we want a young man. Okay. And he's in the scene. So we mark him in the scene. Joan's appalled. And the bin, right? And then we've got Billy. So Billy is our second main cast member. Well, he's not as main as she is. So he's also early 20s. So all I'm doing is just making this quite simple so that I can understand it at a later time. And we're just breaking it down. Right, so he's in this scene as well. So we'll put an X in there. Right, we've got Joan, Billy, Joan, Billy, Joan, Billy, Joan, Billy, Joan, Billy, Billy, Joan. Right, so that's the first scene. That's the actors for the first scene. Okay, so we're going to move on now. And I'm going to make another black column to separate this scene, this section. Okay, so this next one, what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to merge these. I'm going to do a lot of things that are that change things. Background borders, font. There should be an option to merge the cells. I think it's at the top somewhere actually. Close that. What's that? Merge there, right? And I'm just going to put actors and supporting actors. Okay, so we know what they are. So the next column here is I'm going to put as pages. Now, with regards to this one, I generally work, what we've got to do is we've got to split it up so we know what it is. So I generally work in fifths of a page. So cut the page into 5 pieces. And this, you need to work out how many sections of them 5 pieces make up that scene. So for example, because this is a full page, that's 5 of 5. Now we're going to use 0.20 as a fifth. So that's 1, that's 2 pages. And then the third page goes all the way down to just before the bottom. So there's this section here at the bottom, right here at the bottom, that makes up page 3. So basically scene 1 is going to be 2.8 pages long. Right? 2.80 pages long. Now I'm going to reformat that because I want it as 2 decimal places. Okay, right, so it's 2.80 pages long. Now, every fifth of the page, so every 1/5 of the page is 0.2. So 1 page is 1 whole. You have to be good at maths for this. So I've got 2 pages that are whole, and the third page, whoops, I've dropped it. And the third page goes down to this point here. So as you can see, it's most of the page, and there's about 1/5 of the page left. So that's why I put 2.8. If it was another page, if it was a full page, it'd be a full 3. but it's only 2.8 because of the fact that we're at the bottom. Okay, so in the next one, what we're going to do is we're going to list all the props that we need. Okay, so this is going to be for props. Okay, so in the first one we've got quite a lot of props. We have champagne flutes, we have artwork, we have a cluster of litter bins, and don't forget I've highlighted all these green on the script so they're all easy to find. We need an empty beer bottle, a generic rubbish bin, a recycling bin, which are going to be part of the cluster of litter bins, bin, bottle, recycling, glasses of champagne, paintings, glasses, champagne, glass. Right, so we've got this is all of the things we need for that scene. All the props we need for that scene. Okay. Now in the next one, in the next column, we're going to put a short description. Now all this is going to be, right, first off let me shrink that down because these are going to be doubled up anyway. I'm going to wrap the text. Now if you know what that means, it basically just means that the text is going to stay inside just the box that it's due in, like that. Okay, so in this one we're going to put a short description. So the short description for this is Joan upset at bottle in wrong bin, collects and places in correct bin, meets up with Billy in art. Sure. Just a simple description. That allows us to know what's happening. Right, I forgot, we've got black tie waiters as well. And for that, I'm thinking on 2. So they're going to be SAs and we want 2 of them. Okay. Now then. The other thing we need, so we're going to create another one. And we're going to put clothing. So this needs to be a list of the items that we need. Just like the props, the clothing side of it. Right? Elegant attire for crowd, black tie suits for waiters. Okay, and Joan black tie suits for waiters, and Billy. Okay, so just simply letting it know that we want for the costume designer what sort of stuff we want elegant attire, etc. For the crowd, Joan and Billy, and black tie suits for the waiters. And I believe that's basically it for what we need on our thingy. There is some other work that needs to be done later on, but we'll do that later on. But for now, this is the breakdown. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue on with script with scene number 2. Okay? So, scene number 2, which is here, is inside a public toilets. It's night again, and it was also internal. Okay, but in this scene we've only got Joan and Billy. Right? So we've got Joan and Billy. Now this scene, we've got the 1/5 from this page, a full page, and again 4/5 from that one. So 1/5 and 4/5 is a full, so that's 2 pages worth of script for this scene. Okay, so we've got 2 pages worth of script. Props we need, right? So we need the glasses, the champagne, flutes again. We need a shimmering star-shaped pendant necklace. Okay. A small bag of cocaine, which will actually just be some sort of powder. Okay, because we're not going to be using real drugs. Okay. And we need Billy's car keys. Billy's car keys. Champagne. Right. So that's what we need for that scene. Short description. Billy and Joan, or Billy drags Joan into toilets to take drugs and give her the necklace. Okay? And the clothing, Joan, because it's still from the artwork, and Billy elegantly dressed. Okay? So that's scene 2 done. And we're just going to go through the entire script and add all of the scenes on this Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to do that off screen, and I will be back when we're done, ready for the next section. See you shortly, guys. Well, hey, Ed here. Let me introduce you to the EddyClub, a place where we can all get together, chat and discuss hobbies, interests, make friends, and discuss the videos. Join today and receive some special perks not available to our general viewers, such as live streams, full-length videos, Discord chat, WhatsApp, discounted merch, executive producer credits, and free gifts. Visit patreon.com/edshed. All proceeds used on the channel for the channel. Well guys, welcome back. It's now been approximately 6 days since I made the first part of this video, so this is the final part. As you can see, I've completely broken down the script as I said to in the first episode. We'll do just enlarge this so you can see. So you can see here, we have our scene number, we have our location, whether it's night or day, internal or external. And here's a list of all our actors that we need, and I've just placed an X when they're on screen for each one. Tells us when they need to be on screen or on set. So next we've got the number of pages. As I said, I've cut this down into 5, so it'll be 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 and 1, and depending on how much of the page is taken. The props we need for the screen, a short description of the actual set itself, what's happening in that scene. Clothing, this is for our clothing manager, so we know exactly what type of clothes we need for each scene. I've also added a column for location info, so this is what we're looking for, or our location scout will be looking for when he needs to look for something. And finally we have our makeup column. Now this will be for the makeup guys, for any FX that we need, any makeup FX or anything like that, anything special. And as you can see, I've completely broken it down. So we've now got 126 scenes. Some of them are actually, I made a mistake. Some of them, there, for example, I've got 5 here because I missed one out. So there's actually a few more than 126. But this is the script breakdown. Now, that's going to be it for this episode. But in the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to break this down even more to create our shot lists. Now, our shot list will consist of what's being filmed on what day, how long each scene has to be shot, and times and such like that. And I'll show you how to do that in the next episode. But for now, this is how to break down a script. So this is the stage you need to be at now, and then we'll continue on to the next one. So thanks again for tuning in. As always, if you like what you're seeing and you want more content, or you would like to see when it comes out, please hit that like and subscribe button and click that notification bell to be informed when new stuff comes out. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I look forward to seeing you again. Ciao.